Hey guys, Kate here from the Emerald Minecart, and welcome to another storytime video where I talk about the day that I became a furry. So, yeah, and for anyone who doesn't know what a furry is someone who enjoys anthro characters, and anthro are basically regular animals from real life or fiction that have some traits of a human. You may have seen these from movies like Zootopia, any of Disney's old animated movies, or or maybe you've just seen some furry art on DeviantArt, or bless your poor soul if you went on Fur Affinity, which if you have been on Fur Affinity, like I mentioned, bless your poor soul. But no offense to anyone on Fur Affinity that isn't making weird stuff, just saying, but I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to talk about how I became a furry. So, in somewhere around in late 7th grade, specifically 7th grade before summer break was starting, I started to get into the thought of drawing furry characters, and I thought furry characters looked pretty freaking cool. This was when I was slowly starting to realize that I was possibly a furry. Now, something to note is, just because you like anthro characters does not immediately mean you're a furry. So, don't worry. Just because you happen to like a really hot wolf chick does not immediately mean you're a furry. And to be honest, it's kind of hard to explain. Well, at least for me, it's kind of hard for me to explain, like, what really makes you a furry, because, like, to be a furry, like, you don't really need, like, in my opinion, you would have to have a fursona, but then again, it could just also be, like, a furry character you could use, like a already existing furry character you could use as your fursona. And something important to mention, you don't need a fursuit to be a furry. Don't worry, you don't have to spend over $1,000 on a fursuit. So calm down, Becky. You don't need a fursuit to be considered as a furry. All you really need is like at and again, like I mentioned, in my honest opinion, you really need two things: a fursona and some sort of interest in furries or anthro characters. So I decided to make my first persona, which was a female albino kangaroo with glasses and long green and pink hair named La Lunana. So, yeah, you're probably wondering, will we see her in this video? No, no, you won't. You'll see pictures of actually technically. Wait, no. So I do have a video planned where I'll be showing all my old art, like from when I was 4 to when I was in 6th grade. You'll be seeing all that art, and you may or may not see La Lunana. Oh, and also maybe I might show that art and some art from 7th grade, I guess. I don't know, but still, you'll see what she looks like soon, but my short description may already tell you what she looks like. Then, a little later, I would make more personas, with one of them being the prototype design, or actually with one of them technically being a prototype for one of the characters as going to be in my upcoming FNAF fan game I have planned. And by upcoming, I mean you're not going to see it for a good few years. I'll see, because I need to learn shit about game development, and I barely know shit about game development. So, yeah, there's that. So you're definitely going to be waiting for a good long while. So, yeah. And and eventually like I came out to a few people, and eventually I would discover that my friend Ty, which I've also talked about, is also a furry. So, yeah. But I also discovered that one of my friends, aka one of my um aka my 10th ex, I think. I don't know. Wait. I think I still wait. Hold on. Um Can't find it, but I think yeah, somewhere around my 10th X or something. Definitely my 10th one, I think. Which yeah, let's just say I've been in a good amount of relationships with only, or actually actually I'm not going to get into that right now, but maybe one day I'll get into a video about it. But yeah, she was my 10th ex, I think, and let's just say here's something to know about her. I'm not going to say her name, obviously, but let's just say, sadly, she was that type of religious person who thought that if you weren't straight, you would go to hell, and she also thought that all furries were the loud majority. Or not loud majority, the small but loud proportion of the fan base. Now, for anyone who also doesn't know, you're probably wondering, what do I mean by the small but loud proportion of the fan base? Well, here's the thing. One of the reasons why furries get hate, or in my personal reason, the second main reason why furries get hate, with the first main reason being because furries are completely different, and there are people out there who don't really like different. Let's just say the second main reason, for my honest opinion, is the small but loud proportion of the fan base, and you're probably wondering, what does this small but loud proportion of this fan base do? Well, sadly, this small but loud group slash proportion of the furry fan base happens to like getting down and dirty with actual animals. And sadly, that's not a joke either. That is an actual thing this small but loud group of people in the furry fanbase like to do. And also, notice how I've mentioned loud most of the time, because trust me, they are the loudest part of the fan base. They really are, and it's not good. Like, I don't know if you heard something. I just plugged my phone in, but yeah, like like this small but loud majority, or not majority, small but loud part of the fan base isn't really good, because obviously doing the deed with animals isn't really legal anywhere. Actually, actually, I remember it was sadly legal in a few places. I guess I don't remember. But yeah, let's just say that's, in my honest opinion, the second main reason why furries get hate, because of the small but loud part of the fan base that likes to get down and dirty with animals. And if you know what down and dirty means, then yeah, I don't want to explain it just in case this video doesn't get taken down off of YouTube. So yeah, I just thought I should get that out of the way. So yeah, sadly, this 10th X slash one of my friends was one of those people who thought all people who aren't straight would go to hell, and all furries were 100% the small but loud part of the fan base. So, yeah. Anyways, to move on. So, eventually I moved on from these personas because, to be honest, I just wasn't feeling it with them anymore. So, I just moved on. And I gave most of them, I gave all of them away, even La Luna eventually. I don't remember who though, who I gave it away to. But I gave them away to someone, I guess. And still to this day, I still don't really have a persona, or technically I do. I mostly just use Funtime Foxy or Roxanne Wolf from the FNAF series, which, if you follow me on Twitter, or if you're someone who knows me from my DeviantArt, you would know that from some of the profile pics that I've had before. So, yeah. And also, another thing to mention, yes, I am both a furry and a FNAF fan. So yeah, there's that. But anyways, now to get on to the important thing that I would like to mention. Unlike my parents knowing that I'm bi and trans, my parents do not know that I'm a furry. And the worst part is, they do not know what furries are. And here's another thing. I don't want them to look up what furries are, because here's the thing. When you look up what furries are, occasionally you'll get results of articles talking about the small but loud part of the fan base. And that is obviously a bad thing, because I don't want my parents to think I'm someone who gets down and dirty with animals, because I'm not that type of person whatsoever. And here's another problem. I can't, like, you may think, why not just tell your parents to not look it up if they ask you about it? Well, here's the problem. If your parents ask you about something they don't know about, and you tell them to not look it up, you know what they're going to do? Yeah, they're going to look it up anyways, because they're both scared and wondering if you're doing something that's possibly illegal. So yeah, that's why you can't just tell your parents to not look it up, because they're going to look it up anyways, just to make sure you're not doing anything illegal or dangerous or very bad or something that could get you killed. Because here's the thing, sometimes it may not seem like it, but here's the thing, your parents do care about you. And they will want to make sure you're not doing anything bad so you don't get hurt or injured or killed or in serious trouble. Like, they don't want you to do that, so they'll look it up just in case you're not doing anything bad. And they may stumble across an article talking about the small but loud majority. And, well, yes, you could explain to them that's just a small but loud majority of the fan base. It will take a while, and there are those parents who will immediately hear about it and then refuse to listen to you trying to explain it's just a the small but loud part of the fan base. They'll refuse to listen because they already have the idea that all furries get down and dirty with animals, even if that's, again, just a small but loud part of the fan base. So yeah, I'm just scared. Like, again, my parents haven't asked about it, but this is why, like, I'm scared if they do ask about it, because, like, wait, okay, sorry, I saw it showed some information, I guess, but, like I was saying, it's just, like, here's the thing, like, my relationship with my parents is good, but ever since, like, April of, yeah, ever since April of 2020, it's just, wait, yeah, April 2020. It's just kind of been a little rocky because of reasons I don't want to get into. Wait, we okay, just checking something. But still, it's just, I don't know. Just again, I don't want them to find, like, I know they're going to find out eventually, but here's another problem. Well, yes, I am somewhat good at explaining things, and I am somewhat competent that my ways of explaining things are good. Sometimes I can't really explain things that well, which is what I was trying to do in the first time recording this video, which, yes, I did say first time because I was getting off topic a lot because I don't have a script on me, which is why I really need to start scripting these storytime videos more often. Why? Well, it's simple. Mostly so I can remember what I'm trying to say or talk about. Because, well, yes, I have good memory. My memory works in weird ways, which, let me give you an example. On the one hand, I wouldn't remember shit for a math test I studied. But on the other hand, I can remember a possibly fake story from 10 years ago. Yeah, that's how my memory works. So, yeah. It's just confusing to me, but yeah, it's kind of hard for me to explain things, especially explaining things that requires you to remember a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's just a problem. So that's why I usually would have to need scripts for stuff. But yeah, so my parents don't know about it, and my parents don't know what furries are, and I'm scared that they might accidentally stumbled across a article that mostly and only talks about the small but loud percentage of the fan base. So yeah. Yeah, but besides all that, to be honest, like despite how like sometimes the furry fan base can be a bit of a mess, I have met some genuinely nice people. Like they're like some of my friends, and like I mentioned, my friend Ty, he's a furry. I've met some really nice people, and most of them are really kind. Most of them are sweet people. Most of them like the same. Some of them even like the same stuff that I like. So there's that. And while yes, the furry fan base can get pretty weird, and sometimes it can get very, very hectic. Yeah, it's just something gonna have to deal with, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, it's been pretty fun. And again, met some nice people. I know a lot of good people who are furries, and yeah, I've just been enjoying life. And actually eventually I do plan on commissioning someone for a fursuit, but that will be a very good while. So yeah, or actually my second cosplay is technically a fursuit, or it's mostly a cosplay of another character, but you'll probably see that eventually or something. But yeah, anyways, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you guys subscribe and like for more, and I'll see you all guys later. Peace out, home guards, and goodbye!